He's a man named Duke who went to Yale, where he learned the acting profession that has now brought him to an incredible first feature film performance in a film called Black Panther. I think we've all heard of it. That has already made over $260 million at the domestic box office. The man who plays M'Baku, who we just saw tangle with Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman. So many people know from his role in 42 as playing Jackie Robinson. We're thrilled to have Winston Duke here on the show. Good to see you, Winston.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
What in the world has life been like for you over the last week's time?
Oh, God. The last week has just been honestly incredibly surreal. And the experience of making this movie was also surreal, because I would have been happy and lucky to be in a movie with just one of these guys. And now it's Angela Bassett, it's Chadwick Boseman, Lupita Nyong'o, and the reception of the film has been out of this world. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, sir.
And they did, when it premiered yesterday in Tobago and the day before in Trinidad. Mm-hmm. And they had drummers, big drummers, celebration, dancers, a beauty pageant associated with the premiere.
Were you there?
I wasn't there. I wasn't able to go. I was doing all this press here.
Sure.
But, my spirit was with them, I hear people have just been responding, writing me a lot of notes on all the social media platforms, just saying how much the film means to them and means to their children.
How so? Give me an idea on that front, Winston.
Well, first of all, what's great about this film is that and makes it really different is that people aren't just committing to seeing it once, twice, 3 times. They're actually gifting the film. They're gifting it to communities, and they're gifting it to after-school programs and their kids and groups of children, and they're buying out theaters to take their kids. And they're able to see that, their kids are watching people who look like them in the media. Children of color are seeing themselves reflected and seeing their hopes and dreams reflected in a way where the people in front of them aren't people who are coming from a place of just struggle or being poor or being in pain. Black Panther is a king. He's a politician. He's the leader of his country. Shuri is, an inventor. She is in control of the country's technology. You know what I mean? Everyone is powerful in their own right, and they stand on their own. They stand on their own laurels. The women in the film aren't defined by some male gaze or masculine lens. They define how they interrogate their world and how they hold their world accountable. So it's great for little boys, little girls. Families can just have fun with their kids and then engage them with really great conversations when they get home. People are dressing up in, African-inspired attire, and it's just really something special. It's become an event of its own. So there's the movie, and I keep saying there's just the event around the movie is just something that's remarkable.
Winston Duke here on the Rich Eisen Show. How did you first get involved in this?
So, well, I got it, just like most actors go through the process of auditioning. So probably 3 months before, I started working with some new agents, and they met with me and they said, what do you want? What do you want for your career? And I told them, I want the work that I do to have a social justice
an impact
footprint associated.
Sure.
So even if it's
in this town, in this movie community, Winston, what is the matter with you?
I feel there's just so many really great creative people who want to make a change.
Sure.
And it doesn't have to be in the way that you expect. I mean, even franchises like, Fast and the Furious or something that really have a lot of diversity,
yes,
that are really commercial, also have that. It's showing just different slices of life. So I said, hey, I want to be part of something like that. And I respect Ryan Coogler so much.
The director.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said I love his voice. I love that he knows who he is, and I love that he knows what his aesthetic is and the kind of stories that he wants to tell and the impact that he wants to create on the world. I see that just in Fruitvale and Creed. And I said, this guy is a guy I would want to work with.
And then
a couple months later, I'm going in for Black Panther. And 4 auditions later, over maybe 3 months, I'm M'Baku.
And then the cast, as you mentioned, Forrest, just throwing some names out here. You mentioned Fruitvale Station, obviously, Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman. Angela Bassett, who is a legend.
Legend.
Okay, certainly ever since she got her groove back.
From Winston.
There we go, everybody. Now, Forrest Whitaker being one, Martin Freeman, another, Daniel Kaluuya, who's nominated for
An Oscar.
for Get Out as well, and then Lupita Nyong'o, who you know, she's an Oscar winner from 12 Years a Slave.
Yes.
But you went to school. You went to Yale with her, correct?
Yeah, we were at Yale School of Drama getting our Masters in Fine Arts together.
Right.
And it's a very, tight-knit, small community, intimate space. She's 1 year ahead of me, and we were both part of a group called Folks that Angela Bassett, when she was at the program, set up during her tenureship there. And, we became really good friends, and we'd go see movies and things together. And one of the movies was Avengers. And we're just young kids before 12 Years a Slave, before the Oscar, before everything.
Yeah.
We're just young artists going, do you think we'd ever be in a movie like this? Do you think this could ever happen? You know what I mean? And now our first big Disney thing together is within that universe.
It's unbelievable, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what if we had told you that night when you walk out of the movie theater, there's something going to be called Black Panther. You're both going to be in it. It's going to be the 18th film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
And it's going to make the most money out of all of them.
Oh, I don't think I could ever. I think I could believe it, but how it manifests, you never know the idiosyncrasies that,
right,
how it's going to develop. And that's really what this movie is, and the event around it is. We knew that we created something special.
Right.
And we fought every single day. And to be honest, it stopped being a movie really quickly while we were shooting it. It became a labor of love really quickly for us. But we knew we had something special. We fought every day to make the story mean something, everything, make sure that it was grounded in some reality, even though we're using these vehicles of comic book characters and really heightened characters to tell this story, but we wanted to be rooted at every turn in something more. And we fought very hard to make sure that this was a strong story.
And
so we were very confident coming out of it, but to know the impact. So the intention was there, but the impact is just something so much more.
Yeah, and you're already reading. I'm already reading about the history of the script and how the first one was thoroughly rejected, and then now we obviously see what it is and what it has become. Let's get down to brass tacks. Sequel? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
6 days in.
I think we're just gonna have to wait and see on that one. I don't know anything about that one.
Right.
Yeah.
What about any of the Infinity Wars? What
Infinity Wars? You could see M'Baku again in Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay.
I'm allowed to say that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
That's good. All right. You're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
I like that. And I couldn't help but notice this when you said that that the premiere of the film in your home country of Trinidad and Tobago got it first.
Trinidad got it first, and then Tobago. Yeah.
Could Tobago get first? I mean,
Tobago has M'Baku.
What I'm just saying is there a Tobago? Can't they get top billing ever? I mean, it's not Tobago.
Hey, man,
I mean,
Trinidad and Tobago. You save, it's all good.
Well, how about this? Can Tobago and Caicos get together?
Right.
Yeah.
That would be like a movie, right?
Yeah.
Caicos and Tobago
takes the world.
It goes up against Turks and Trinidad.
Right. That's funny. That's really funny. Small islands unite. I love it. Okay. I like it.
I don't know. I'm just trying
to pose that at the next meeting.
I'm trying to get in on this gold mine.
Yeah. I'll take it to the House of Assembly and say, hey, let's do a thing with Caicos.
Is it true that you and Daniel Kaluuya have an idea about a reboot? Is that a true story?
Oh, no. That was just one of those like speedball fun questions like, hey, Winston, what would your favorite reboot, dream reboot be? And I said, reboot of Bad Boys with Daniel Kaluuya.
Okay.
Winston Duke and Daniel Kaluuya. That's all I said.
All right.
Yeah.
And
hey, man, if we're making dreams come true, I love Bugattis.
Okay.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
We like Bugattis
We like
too.
them also. Yeah.
So what are your favorite? Is that one of your favorite Will Smith movies?
I love everything that Will Smith has ever done. Even what was that? God. something degrees of separation. What was it?
Okay.
One of his
Six
first
degrees of
separation.
Yeah.
One of his first like major films. You know,
Right.
I've loved everything about him, but Bad Boys is just another iconic film. You know, with strong acting and really great
Right.
storyline, and people love to consume. So.
Okay. Well, look,
You're making it seem like I'm pitching this thing now.
Well,
you're doing it.
Winston, I know you've had a good week, but here at the Rich Eisen Show, we like to make dreams come true.
True.
Okay.
Are you gonna bring someone out?
We like to
You're gonna
make
bring someone out?
We make it happen.
Well, good to see you, man.
Absolute pleasure.
Congratulations on your meteoric success, and good luck on Black Panther 2, which I do believe we found out he's not allowed to talk about.
But it's going to happen.
Okay, we just found that.
He's just putting words in mouths and things.
The star
caps,
never
fire
said that.
The
emojis.
star of
Never
Bad
said
Boys
that.
3
Yes. Yep.
of Tobago and Trinidad.
Oh man, Rich Eisen.
Good to see
coming
you.
for people.
I'm just.
He's coming for us. He's coming for us.
So
Rich Eisen.
and we'll never forget that time that you and Lupita went to that Harvard Yale game and just took it right
You
over.
see this? He's just making things up.
Yes.
He's making things up. He's actually He's wearing a suit under there.
That's
It's not
exactly
even
right.
there.
Black Panther in theaters near you if you already did not know. Good to see you, Winston
Thank
Duke.
you so much.
At Winston_Duke to follow this man on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.